So, let me see if I've got this straight. The President of the United States is no longer the ultimate authority on rules in the United States or laws in the United States. And I'm not saying the Supreme Court or anything like that. I guess now the mayor of New York can make whatever decision he wants, and federal law has nothing to do with it. Yeah, you heard me right. The current mayor of New York thinks he is above the President of the United States, the Congress of the United States, and the court system of the United States. Why do I say this? The mayor, de Blasio, has now mandated the vaccine for all private sector employees in New York City. But let me remind you of this. The President of the United States, Potato Joe, tried to do that through OSHA. Not one, but two federal district courts said that ain't happening. Okay? Explain to me how that is going to be legal. You can't, because it's not, all right? If it's not legal federally, it can't be legal state-wise either, okay? You can't make a law saying, the drinking age is 21 in the United States, and New York City says, we're going to make it 18. It doesn't work that way, okay? You can add onto the laws. You can't subtract from them. You can make them more restrictive. You can't make them less restrictive. What he's trying to do here, what de Blasio is trying to do, is to take away your freedoms. Gee, big surprise. Let me ask you this. Why in the hell do any of you still live in New York City? I mean, granted, this guy isn't even going to be mayor in a month or so. All right? What is going on? You have Oregon now making mask wearing permanent. It was only temporary before. 180 days was all that it was allowed. Oregon's trying to make mask wearing permanent. Masks don't work. Everybody's told us that, okay? No questions. Why do we even bother? But hey, let's keep doing it. Guys, this is getting insane. Want to take a look at Europe? Okay, the latest one. Italy is coming out with their super green pass today, which bars anybody who's unvaccinated from, eating at restaurants, going to sports events, concerts, theaters, public events, whether or not they've tested negative, whether or not they have natural immunity. If you haven't got our buddy in the shoulder, you can't go anywhere. Germany, well, we know what's going on there, okay? They've got a complete lockdown, or they're considering implementing forced vaccinations, and they've put unvaccinated people under lockdown restrictions, okay? Austria, they're implementing a mandatory vaccine starting in February. Greece is fining people starting in January for not being vaccinated. I mean, this is insane. You know how many deaths there are from Omicron so far? Exactly that many. I'm going to give you this. More people die from cancer every year than have died from COVID. Cigarettes are still legal. More people die from heart disease every year. McDonald's is still legal. More people die in car accidents every year. Cars are still legal. What the hell is going on? Why? Where do these selected/elected people get off telling anybody to do anything? And why in the hell are people listening? De Blasio is coming up and saying the private sector is going to mandate this. So he's going to say companies must tell their employees that they have to mandate the vaccine. When the courts have already said no, but we're going to do it anyway. Okay. Does this remind anybody of, I don't know, the rent moratorium? Court said nope, and they did it anyway. People have to stop accepting this, vaccinated or unvaccinated, because guys, all they're going to do is continue taking away your rights. If you are vaccinated, you chose to get vaccinated, fine, that was your choice. What's going to be next? What are they going to mandate? Mr. Smith, you're required to buy 8 pounds of tomatoes each week. I don't eat tomatoes. Well, we need to keep our tomato farmers working. So, the seed company that makes the GMO seeds, they need to sell those tomatoes. So you're required to do that. Mrs. Smith, you're required to buy an electric car. I've never driven a day in my life. I live in the city. There's nowhere to park a car. Doesn't matter, Mrs. Smith. We need to keep those electric vehicle car companies going. You're required to buy a car. Mr. Jones, you have an extra bedroom in your house. You're required to take in a refugee. Your choice will either give you an Afghan refugee or a Guatemalan refugee. Which one would you like? I don't want either. Doesn't matter. You're required to. This is what's going on, guys. This is what these politicians are doing. We have an obligation to say no. You're a business owner in New York, give de Blasio one of these. Put a big sign on your door saying, no, all welcome, or whatever. This has gotten idiotically insane. I don't know what to say on this. The death rate is 0. The symptoms are no more than a common cold. And these paranoid politicians are trying to ramp everything up so far. Call us conspiracy theorists. Everything we're telling you 6 months ahead of time, and you, oh no, we're not going to do that. 6 months later, we're going to do it. Joe, I'm never going to mandate. 9 months later, I want to put mandates in. Where does it end? This is getting ridiculous. They are begging for violence. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, they are goading the public into this and saying, let's do it. And I got to think that's their plan. Plan accordingly.